Hello there and welcome to my final session 5 video journal. Today we are going to be talking about failure, everybody's favorite topic. So when reading through the biblical management principles, the reasons for failure were really different things, right? There was failure in relationship, failure by commission, or failure by omission. I like the last two really when we're kind of talking about the failure by omission or failure by commission. It's either meaning you failed by doing something that caused you to fail, or you failed by not doing something. Um, as I said, most people don't like talking about failure, and obviously myself, I'm not a big fan of that, but I truly believe that failure is how we learn in life. So I work in an environment where I try to make sure that my employees or my team or whoever it is feels like they can fail. And as long as we learn from that failure and move on, that's how we're going to continue to learn. So I don't want people to just consider themselves to be failures or fail all the time, but I want an environment where people feel comfortable in trying something. And so that's kind of the failure by commission. They're at least doing something. They're trying to do something new and innovative, maybe, and they fail in that, and then they learn from it and try it a different way. I'd rather have that than the failure by omission, where they're failing because they just don't do anything at all. That's just not a positive one for me. I like the conversation that it talks about in the guidelines here about when we turn into success. It says in God's kingdom, success is the maximum use of one's gifts and abilities within the range of responsibilities given by God. And you are successful when you properly use your spiritual resources for the work of God. I think that's a great definition of success. So if we're doing the things that God wants us to do and it's successful for Him, it talks about the difference in the worldly standards and the world views of success as material, and God's views is spiritual. In God's kingdom, there's a different standard that defines success. The world sets its own standards, and the standard set by God is called faithfulness. You really see that in the world today, right? Everybody believes you're successful if you've made it to the top of your career, making lots of money, you got a fast car, and you got a big house. Whereas really the success is how faithful are you to God, and that really gives us our baseline for success in a biblical world versus the worldview that we have. Um, in God, it states also in God's kingdom, the basis of success is stable and eternal because it is based on revealed truth. There are different motives for success. In the world, people are motivated by greed, pride, and the desire for fame. Believers are motivated to succeed for God's glory. And that, again, is one of the big ones where, as believers and as Christians, we should be feeling like we're successful if we've succeeded in continue growing His kingdom or expanding His kingdom. So helping others, helping people that are more needy than us, and helping the poor or helping someone out, or bringing someone to God is more successful in His eyes than the fact that I make more money than someone else, or that I have a better car or a better house. It's very interesting because there definitely is a big difference between the God's belief in success and what the world's belief of success is, and I think we'd all become more successful if we all leaned more towards God's definition of success. Thanks for viewing my final journal, and we'll catch you later.